Good evening. We have adjourned from closed session and given direction to staff. And major apologies for our delay this evening. We really apologize for keeping everybody waiting. And we'll try to move quickly now that we're all here. The Board of Commissioners asks its members and citizens to conduct themselves in a respectful, courteous manner, both with the board and fellow citizens. At any time, should any member of the board or any citizen fail to observe this public charge, the chair will ask the offending person to leave the meeting until that individual regains personal control. Should decorum fail to be restored, the chair will recess the meeting until such time that a genuine commitment to the public charge is observed. As a courtesy to others, please turn off cell phones during the meeting. My cell phone. And we will now rise for the Pledge of Allegiance. Are there any agenda adjustments this evening? Announcements. The new Youth Go Pass puts the free and freedom for Triangle teens. August 6, 2018 is Independence Day for Triangle teens and their parents or guardians. That's when those who are ages 13 to 18 can start using a free Youth Go Pass to explore a 3-county world of malls, museums, jobs, schools, and I'll add libraries, based on who's sitting here, with a bus operator doing the driving. Rides on all Go Raleigh, Go Cary, Go Durham, and Go Triangle routes will be free to teens with a Youth Go Pass available at several locations, including Wake and Durham Public Libraries, Raleigh Parks and Recreation Community Centers, and transit agency ticket counters. Children 12 and under, accompanied by an adult, can also ride free now on any bus with no pass. And Chapel Hill transit buses are already free for all riders. You can find out more information at youthgopass.com. So this is very exciting. And thank you, library staff, for also helping with this effort. Durham County employees are conducting a food drive to benefit the urban ministries of Durham during the month of August. And for more information, you can contact Sheila Joyce at 919-560-0660. And drop-off locations are the Health and Human Services main lobby, and also at the employee entrances at Queen and Main, our building, the administrative complex, the main lobby, and also the employee entrance. I have seen the box there. And the courthouse, main lobby and basement. So thank you to all of the Durham County employees who are involved in organizing this and contributing. Durham seeks input on zoning changes to expand housing choices. Fast-paced population growth, limited availability of developable tracts, and a renewed preference for in-town living has led to a housing availability and affordability challenge for Durham. To address this issue, the Durham City County Planning Department is now seeking input on changes that are needed for Durham's existing zoning rules to help eliminate regulatory barriers and expand housing options. The deadline to complete the online survey is August 15th, so today is the 13th. That means Wednesday, so everyone please go online and fill out the survey. For more information about this project, you can also contact Hannah Jacobson at 919-560-4137, extension 28247, or by emailing hannah.jacobson@durhamnc.gov. So this is really fantastic. We have a lot of our planning staff here, our planning director sitting here, and this is really, really exciting. I'm really proud that Durham is doing this and really taking this very seriously and thinking about and exploring all that we can do, possibly do to help with affordable housing and housing options in Durham. So thank you, planning staff. NC 98 Corridor Study, you are invited to provide your comments on the draft plan for the NC 98 Corridor Study. The board of the Durham Chapel Hill Carborough Metropolitan Planning Organization released the draft plan on August 8th for a 30-day public comment period. We will conduct a public hearing and approve the draft plan. That board, the MPO board, will approve the plan on September 12th is what it's scheduled for. The public can provide comments at the hearing or submit comments on the website at nc98corridor.com/get -involved/comments, or actually get space involved /comments. There's going to be a public hearing on Wednesday, September 12th at 9 a.m. in the committee room of City Hall, 101 City Hall Plaza. And the 98 corridor study, it is studying a corridor that is 27 miles long that goes from US 70 in Durham County through Wake County to US 401 in Franklin County. So this is really important. It's looking at ways to deal with traffic, safety, also how to make the corridor more bike and pedestrian friendly, more transit friendly. So we really want to get feedback from people. And there's also information about Spanish language services. If you would like to participate, you can also join in the meeting on the 12th by calling 704-342-5419. There is a whole paragraph written in Spanish here. I'm embarrassed. I cannot read this to everybody, but this information will be on our website, including the Spanish. And Commissioner Recco?
Madam Chair, I was wondering whether we as a board should weigh during the. We should put it on our work.
That's a great idea.
Because the multi-use path extends, as I understand it, full length, I believe, Wake County section, and does have some portion Durham, not the full length. And we have, of course, elementary school, the East Branch Library, and East Regional Library, and also Neal Middle School are all along there.
Mm-hmm.
And it would be such a wonderful amenity for families to access these subdivisions all along. So I would hope we would discuss that. Maybe we could get staff.
That's great. That'd be great. So, Drew, maybe you could help with talking to the MPO staff about coming to our September work session so that we can, as a board, discuss it and be able to submit any of our recommendations as well, because this is really important. It's a corridor that is going to see a lot more growth, 50,000 more people projected in this corridor, and we really have the opportunity to really make it a great corridor for everybody, and we don't want to miss the opportunity. So thank you for recommending that. Any other announcements? So all this information can be found on the Durham County website or by calling the clerk's office at 919-560-0025. We now have our work session minutes from May 7th, 2018, and also June 4th, 2018. What is the
Move approval.
Second.
moved by Commissioner Hill, seconded by Commissioner Reckow. All those in favor, please say aye.
Aye.
Any opposed? And the work session minutes are unanimously approved. I just want to thank our staff for, again, very detailed minutes. And there are a lot of details about directives. So, Drew, if you take a look at those, there's extensive directives mentioned in both of those minutes. And I just want to mention that Commissioner Howerton does have an excused absence for this evening. And we have something important to celebrate tonight. And I'd like to welcome Greg for you to come up. Greg Marrow, our Chief Information Officer. We are very proud of Durham County IT and also this partnership with our Criminal Justice Resource Center and Durham County IT, winning a special award from the National Association of Counties at our recent conference in Nashville, Tennessee. And Greg, if you could tell us about this wonderful award.
Okay. Well, good evening, Board, County Manager. So I would invite also, we have two members of our team here, so I would invite them to come join me as well. And I'll introduce both of them. So the survey, as you know, NACO and the Center for Digital Government conducts a survey, an annual survey in part each year. And what they look at, they try to identify the best technology practices among U.S. counties, including initiatives that streamline the delivery of government services, encourage open data, collaboration and shared services, enhance cybersecurity, and contribute to disaster response and recovery efforts. So although this is a technology award, the award showcases the value of innovation and adaptation underway here in the county. So it wasn't necessarily looking at just one piece of work that we've done. It was looking at, when we completed the application, we were talking about all of the work that we've done here in Durham County. And as you know, we've applied for this award twice now. And the first time we applied, we came in at number 10, top 10. And this time around, we have top 5. So we're certainly moving in the right direction. We're not where I would like to be yet, but I love the way we're moving. So on behalf of all of Durham County, we accept this award, and we thank you for the recognition this evening. And so we have, as I said before, we have a new member of our team, David Nicolason. David just joined us from Department of Transportation, and so he's a new member of IS&T, and I think all of you know Steve Barton, who is normally here with us as well. We thank you.
Well, thank you, Greg, and we're really proud, and moving up from 10 to 5 sounds great, and we'll keep looking for those, getting closer to number 1. Yeah. I do want to just read, the award says 2018 winner, Digital County Survey, Durham, North Carolina, 5th place, and for a population of 250,000 to 499,999 category. And Greg, if you could also just tell us about the court reminder program that you won this for, because I think a lot of people might not know about it.
Yeah, so the court reminder app that we built, and Steve, why don't you, Steve did. That's one of his favorite apps.
Yes, one of our developers worked closely with CJRC, and apparently a lot of people that are in the county jail are there for just missing court appointments and not showing up when they're supposed to. So we spent a lot of effort working with the state to get the AOC case information and be able to download that on a regular basis, about daily. And this app sits out there, and you can sign up for it. I believe that they have a table set outside some of the courtrooms, and they will take your name, date of birth, and your case number if you have it, and they will put it in the system, or you can do it yourself by going to the app. And you put your information in there, and it will warn you 3 days ahead of time and then the day before that you have a court appointment. And this was originally set up as a grant, and CJRC came to us to see if we could help them find a way to reduce the prison or jail population with using technology. And this is what we came up with. Currently, they're taking statistics, and the numbers look very good. It is having a significant effect. They don't know the exact numbers yet, but it is having an effect. And the state was so impressed that they have taken a version of it, and other counties are using the same software. So it is, and we also found out that one of the Midwest states spent over $250,000 to build the same thing, and we did it for next to nothing. So it benefits the public, it benefits vulnerable people, and it shows what we can do when we are asked to come up with an innovative process.
Well, thank you. Thank you so much. I mean, this is just really fantastic. I know that we are offering this software for free. I was sitting last August in a room packed at CJRC with county commissioners from all over North Carolina, and they were wondering how they could get this technology, and they were told you can get it from us for free. We're happy to share it. I was in a meeting last week with the some assistant DA from Wake County, and he was asking about it. You know, anything that we can do like this to help decrease our jail population, but also stop the collateral consequences associated with involvement with the court system. Something as simple as failure to appear triggers an arrest. So this is really huge, and we just really want to help spread the word to people. You know, we really need to get the word out and make sure that everybody is taking advantage of this free service. So any other comments from commissioners?
Well, I hope it has whet their appetite, because I think there's more we could do related. Well, I've had a conversation with Greg in terms of looking at the data for doing manipulation to really be able to assess the nature of population, of the numbers of pretrial misdemeanors, pretrial felons, and people who are in the jail for, unfortunately, non-child. So, and been told to speak into the mic. So I think that there's more we could do, and I would love to see our IT department get even more engaged, because it's a major department, and if we can manage that population better and save the county money and help a lot of people.
We haven't forgotten that request.
Okay.
County Attorney Seiler.
Madam Chair, members of the board, I just wanted you to know that Greg and IT they're keeping our office really busy too, because they are working on other initiatives to do something different in areas other than the court system. So we're currently working with them on other projects where they're coming up with some really special ideas to make the work that we do so much better and easier, which other counties can benefit from. But it says a lot about Greg, and it's a testament to the people that he's hired that are on staff, that they keep coming up with these great ideas that other people want to utilize. And so they're really on to something.
Thank you. Commissioner Carter?
I would just say that I loved hearing the description of this app and how it all came about. Hearing that sort of the story of its inception and what it actually does helps make what is magical to me and mystical a little bit more accessible. And I can't wait to hear about the other projects that you all are working on. And I know we want to share, but I couldn't help but think, couldn't we sell some of that and bring in a little bit more revenue?
Do something well, don't do it for free, right? Exactly.
All right, well, thank you so much, Greg. If you'll come up to step,
Thank Great description. Thank you for everything you do. Welcome aboard.
Oh, yes.
Congratulations.
Great job.
Okay, we have a lengthy consent agenda tonight. Items 18-0870 through let me get to the last page here. Uh, 18-0967.
Move approval.
Second.
Moved by Commissioner Reckow, seconded by Commissioner Carter. All those in favor, please say aye. Aye. Any opposed? And the consent agenda is unanimously approved. Now, are there any, I know that sometimes we like to highlight, there's some really good things on this consent agenda. Would anyone like to take note? I know there are a few that come to mind for me, but just wanted to see if anyone wanted to highlight. There are a few things on here that we really focused on during our work session that maybe want to make sure the public knows about. I'm thinking especially of the library grants. Well, I'll just go ahead and mention them myself, but there's just some great things on our consent agenda related to the library. There's a new initiative with Durham Public Schools and our library system so that all students will now be automatically have a library card just using their student ID number. So that will be an automatic relationship. Great partnership, another great partnership here with DPS and our library. There's a great grant related to creating a new room in the main library that will be a multi-sensory kind of room for special learners with new technologies. This is going to be awesome. And then a new initiative with our public health department, another collaboration related to educating the community about health issues, a great partnership there. So just wanted to highlight, especially with our library staff sitting here. So thank you.
Madam Chair, thank you for highlighting that. On the library card, I just hope we will do, and the schools will do a lot of outreach to the parents so that they know that they need to sign permission for the student to sign up, and then obviously help the student get to the library, and not only to check out books and access library materials, but for the programming. And so we can look at innovative ways to get the word out. And one thought I had in regard to that after our work session was possibility of highlighting our programming joint venture on the educational channel, or maybe we could, a video could be prepared about the libraries run on, since parents probably watch.
Yeah, great idea.
And
Sure, Hill?
there won't be any late fees with any
Right.
books that are checked out.
Yes.
The children can check out 5 books, and there won't be any late fees attached.
Great point. And I also wanted to highlight our contract with the Durham Literacy Center for the detention center. We've expanded that contract because now we have a full-time person in there doing GED work, and the programs have been so popular in the detention center for job and life skills, and also for the high school equivalency. So that's also great news about that program with the Durham Literacy Center.
And that, Madam Chair, is really important to highlight, because we've often had people coming to speak at these hearings about bad things that they're hearing about in the jail. And this is a very good thing in terms of the fact that they had 81 students who were enrolled in their job and life skills program. And then they help to follow up when they leave the jail, try to get them involved in post program. Very
Thank you. All right, so we now are going to hearing, I believe. Oh, okay, we have item 18-0949, administrative interpretation of Falls Jordan Watershed Protection Overlay District. And we have Jacob Wiggins here with us, senior planner, Patrick Young, planning director, and Jacob, why don't you take it from here?
Cool, thank you. Yeah, Jacob Wiggins with the Planning Department. So the commission may recall seeing this item on March 26, 2018. At that time, staff came to the Board of County Commissioners asking for approval to take this request to the state of North Carolina for their review. Just so we're clear, this is a request for property located at 2801 Olive Branch Road, and this is a watershed interpretation. The applicant for this one is Janelle Morton, engineer, and this is a request to remove this property on Olive Branch Road from the Falls Jordan B overlay district. Quick case history. How we got here, as I noted on the March 26th agenda, or at the meeting that this board met, you all authorized the planning director to forward this request to the North Carolina Environmental Management Commission for review. On May 23rd of this year, they approved that, and now staff is back to this body for final approval on this item. So what would that final approval entail? That would be removing this property, formally removing this property from the Falls Jordan B overlay district. You can see this context map on the screen in front of you. This is also in your packet. You can see the blue dashed line highlights on the top map the current watershed boundary line, and if approved, as you can see on the proposed boundary below, this property would be taking out of that boundary. As I noted, the North Carolina Environmental Management Commission has agreed with the applicant's assessment that this property should not be in the Falls Jordan B district and recommended approval as well. Here's a topographical map that is also in your packet. Maybe a little hard to see on the screen, but there are 10-foot contour labels here. If you look a little north to this site, you'll see the highest elevations just to the north, and properties to the north flow into falls. This particular property, after surveying it, actually found that it drains into Wake County, ultimately into Creek. And I'm happy to take any questions that the commission may have in regards to this request at this time. Thank you.
Thank you, Jacob. Any questions? Okay, seeing there are no questions, I would entertain a motion to authorize the planning director to forward the request to the EMC.
Is that what you want us to do?
I'm sorry, no, this would,
That isn't correct.
Oh, okay.
yeah, I
We're
apologize, yeah,
approving.
so this is
Oh,
the
okay.
final action, so this would
this
be
is-
moving approval of that.
Okay,
Yeah.
so actually, this is not accurate for the.
Our Précis sheet wasn't quite right, or whatever.
That was the recommendation we had back in March, I believe, when we
Okay,
sent
so
it
this-
to the EMC.
Okay.
So it's basically to
approve
approve
it.
the map change. I would so move.
Second.
Okay, moved by Commissioner Reckow to approve the map change, seconded by Commissioner Carter. All those in favor, please say aye.
Aye.
Any opposed? And the change has been unanimous. Thank you. 18-0951, a public hearing on zoning map change for Colbert Farms, Phase 12. And Jacob, we'll hear from you again. We are going to have a public hearing and consider two motions. So, can you give us some background?
Thank you, Jacob Wiggins again with the Planning Department. As the chair noted, this is a request for Colbert Farms Phase 12, a zoning map change request. The applicant is Mr. Mitch Craig, he with the CE Group. This is for approximate 29-acre site located off Colbert Farms Road, and this is a request to rezone this parcel from residential rural to residential suburban 20 with a development plan. The development plan associated with this request, if approved, would allow for a maximum of 31 single-family units at this site. The case area is highlighted in red in front of you. As you can see, this is this property, if you're not familiar with it, is located off of 751, just north of the, where it crosses the Chatham County line. Some aerial photos of the property itself and the surrounding area. The top two photos are from the Colbert Farms development. Is within there, subject to this rezoning. On the bottom left-hand corner, you can see a photo representation of the intersection of Fayetteville Street at 751. And then the bottom right-hand corner is the nearest residential subdivision just to the north of this site, located along 751. I'm looking at the zoning in this area. On the left-hand side, you see the existing zoning map. You see the area is primarily residential rural with a piece of mixed-use zoning to the north. Looking at the future land use map, this area is designated as very low-density residential, which is 2 dwelling units an acre or less. The applicant's proposal fits within that 2 dwelling unit or less requirement. The proposed conditions, this is seen in the development plan in your packet, but as you can see, the applicant has showed the building envelope area as well as some potential private streets for this development. Some dimensional standards for the RS20 zoning district that the applicant is requesting. The minimum lot size in this district is 20,000 square feet. You have a street yard setback of 35 feet, 30 feet total for the side yards, 25 feet for the rear, and residential structures in this district are limited to a maximum height of 35 feet. A summary of some of the key committed elements. I've already touched on a couple of these, but the development plan commits the applicant to a maximum of 31 residential units. The development plan also commits to the side access points, as well as any required project boundary buffers, and then internal private streets. Reviewing this request against the comprehensive plan, as you can see, staff found that the request is consistent with the future land use map, as well as these 2 applicable policies. And in summation, staff determines that this request is also consistent with applicable policies and ordinances and recommends approval of the item, and I'll be happy to answer any questions the commission may have.
Before we open the public hearing, questions, Commissioner Recco?
First of all, I want to thank the staff. They listened to some of our input from a recent zoning and have better, a nice graphic of the site plan in here, and also some condition pictures. They're very helpful. I was just curious, I didn't see in here, this is phase 12, and I was curious how much do you, maybe you have this information, how much of I know Covert Farms is in both Durham and Chatham counties, and I was wondering how many homes in Durham County have been constructed, and when you say phase 12, does that include phases going into Chatham? So there haven't been 11 other phases in Durham, have there?
Jacob Wiggins of the Planning Department. I don't believe so. The applicant is here this evening. They titled this item Phase 12, so I would probably defer to them as to where they're at with the phasing of this project.
Okay.
You can just come up right here, that's fine.
It's Craig with the CE Group. For now, for Durham County, phases 8, 9, 10, 11, and 12 are the ones that are either built or proposed. Phase 9 is under construction. Phase 8 was 8 lots. Phase 9 was, I think there's 14 lots that have been constructed now. So total there's 175 lots. The majority are in Chatham County.
So, but
that answer your
it's phases 8 through 12 that are in Durham? Okay. All right, that's very helpful. Thank you.
Any other questions?
Ms. Wiggins, has your office received any citizen concerns or complaint?
Jacob Wiggins of the Planning Department. Commissioner, no, sir, to the best of my knowledge, I can't recall receiving any negative feedback regarding this proposal.
Thank you.
Jacob, I have a question. On the future land use map, it refers to some of the areas being not reconciled. What does that mean?
That is, as some of you may know, the 751 South project.
Right.
It's not reconciled as it's not technically in the city's jurisdiction yet at this point. That's what that map is referenced.
Oh, okay, so that portion is the 751 development that is going to be annexed into the city?
Yes, ma'am, that is correct.
Okay, okay. I guess I've never seen that on a map before, not reconciled.
Yeah, there are very few properties which receive that as.
Okay. I think looks like Pat wants to say something.
Good evening, Pat Young with the Planning Department. Mr. Wiggins' answer was correct, of course, but I just want to elaborate and clarify. Technically, what it means is, right, the city and the county had different future land use map designations for it, since the city never approved the future land use map change. It went to the General Assembly and was zoned into Durham.
Okay.
So it's technically just that the city and county did not have the same designation, and there's very few properties.
Okay. So will it be reconciled at some point? How does that happen? What happens?
Only if there's a future action by the boards to ensure that there's the same future land use map designation.
Okay.
But
Interesting.
under action of the General Assembly, it'll be annexed into the city of Durham in June of 2023.
Okay, so in 2023, it will be officially.
It will be brought into the city. The future land use map designation won't be reconciled unless they're at independent action.
Okay.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, very interesting. Okay. So there was a reference also on the, I guess it was in the report or on the site plan, that there would not be mass grading. What does that mean?
Sure, our ordinance defines mass grading based on the amount of area that is going to be graded. So in this, for this request, the applicant voluntarily proffered a commitment that they're not going to mass grade this site.
Okay, and so that's according to our definition of mass.
Yeah, the Unified Development Ordinance definition of mass grading.
And what is that definition?
Let me get that definition.
Okay.
Mr. Young has it off the top of his head. That means no more than 4 acres will be
Oh.
graded.
Okay, at a time. And it referenced a school donation. Do you know what that is? What that specifically is?
You, where are you referencing the school
There
donation?
was something, I saw something about it. There would be a school donation. Let's see, if I can find where it is. A note on it.
Yeah, I saw it too.
Find it. Oh, here it is on page 3. It says text commitments, proffer commitments include single-family units only, no mass grading, and a contribution to Durham Public.
Thank you, ma'am, for pointing that out. That was previously on the plans. The applicant struck that. There will not be, there's no proffer to commit that. That was a typo and should not have been in the report.
Okay. All right. And I'm wondering, so will this be well and septic, these lots? Or are they, is there water and sewer there?
There are utilities available for this project, yes, ma'am.
Okay. But it's in the county?
It is in the county. I'll defer to the applicant on how they propose to serve this property.
Okay.
Durham will provide water, and Aqua America will provide sewer.
You're going to have a private treatment facility?
There is,
So there
There's a-
already exists one.
there's an existing.
Oh, so you're
on
just
site.
using the existing plant that serves the rest of the development down into Orange County also?
Into Chatham County, yes.
I mean Chatham County, yeah.
Thank you. So I will now open the public hearing. Is there anyone signed up to speak? No one? Okay. Seeing there's no one signed up to speak, I will close the public hearing. And I will, we had very good comments from the Planning Commission on this. And I will entertain a motion to approve. We have two different adoptions. We have a consistency statement and another statement to adopt an ordinance amending the UDO.
I move that we adopt a statement of consistency regarding this item.
Second.
Moved by Commissioner Carter, seconded by Commissioner Hill, to adopt the statement as consistent with NCGS 153A-341. All those in favor, please say aye.
Aye.
Any opposed? And that has been unanimously approved.
Madam Chair, I'd make a motion to adopt an ordinance amending the Unified Development Ordinance and the Durham Zoning Atlas by taking the described property out of residential rural zoning and establishing the same as residential suburban 20 RS 20D.
Second.
Moved by Commissioner Reckow, seconded by Commissioner Carter. All those in favor, please say aye.
Aye.
Any opposed? And the amendment to the UDO has been unanimously. Thank you. Okay, and that is the end of our agenda this evening, and we are adjourned.